This is Curry once again with Cherished Relics Boutique, and I'm super excited to come back on today to actually do a haul video. The haul videos are definitely my favorite because it's, you know, jewelry that I've specifically selected, I've bought on purpose, or I've been given items. Today's haul actually has some stuff in it that was given to me by people. As well as some old jewelry that I had in my own things that I've decided to kind of move on. There's things that I keep and I can't keep everything. So when I keep some things, I try to let go of other things. So that's why I find myself with some items in here. Not that I don't think they're beautiful, but I'm just, you know, different styles, different times. So for those that are new and first time visiting my channel, again, my name is Curry and I am a part-time reseller of you know, vintage, antique and costume jewelry, mostly on eBay. I have an eBay store also called Cherished Relics Boutique. I also own an antique booth here in the Pittsburgh area. It's at a local huge antique mall. And I sell a lot of my jewelry in my antique booth as well. My antique booth is also called Cherished Relics Boutique. And if you look down in the description portion of my video, any of my videos, you will also see other social media things that I have, like Facebook and Instagram. And if you need to reach out to me because you're interested in doing a private sale, you can also find information in the description portion to, you know, find my contact information and kind of information you would need to give me. Yeah, so this actually was a box that I had gotten from an antique store when I was visiting Australia. My parents live in Australia a few months ago, and I just thought it'd be a prettier way to pull jewelry out of than some big plastic bin. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this haul on just some general jewelry items that, you know, it's kind of a mishmash of different items that I've gathered. Let me go ahead and get started. I've got my gem tester here to the left of me, as well as, you know, my ring sizer and a measuring tape and a magnet and all the goodies that we need to identify information about this jewelry that we need. So, yeah, so. Okay. This is a really lovely glass pendant, glass blown pendant that's on a really beautiful, you know, there's a name. I'll put it, when I edit this video, I'll put the name of the specific kind of necklace this is. But this is, in fact, a 925. I've tested it, and you can also see the marks, Italy and 925, on both the lobster claw clasp as well as the other parts of that, you know, necklace connection. But such a beautiful pendant, and it's got some sterling silver beads right there. So pretty. Yeah, and that's in excellent condition. I think that was something I did actually buy from the store. Okay. This is a neat piece that I'm happy to show you again, because actually if you go back and look at one of my Boston videos from when I was out of town, this is one of the items I had gotten in my haul. It's a vintage crown trifari. There's your hang tag right there. Beautiful necklace. I want to say it's probably about 20 inches. Let me measure it for us real quick. Yeah, it's about 20 inches, a little shy of it. And I actually had to do some repair of it because some of the crystal beads had come off and I had to reglue them. And I also had to finally find another stone because I had one crystal bead that I didn't have a replacement for, that I finally found something that could work. So now it is gorgeous and it's ready to be listed on eBay. Isn't it beautiful? So well constructed. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And as we go, I'll just sort of set the items above me. You're not going to see them the whole time because I'm going to try to stay zoomed in, but you'll periodically get to see because then I don't have to zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, which I think will drive you nuts as well as me. This is a really nice necklace. I think I'm going to keep it. Sort of gold and silver tone. It is not sterling silver, as you can see there, but it's really well constructed and made. It does not have a hang tag on it, but look at each of these attaching beads. It's very significant. I've got some gold tone there, and it's got some sort of pave set crystals in there, and then thick chain and little silver thing, and then thick chain. It goes to another one of those. It's actually a really heavy necklace, and it's got a clasp on it that reminds me of J. Crew, but this is not in fact a J. Crew necklace. It's just got a spring ring clasp that's very similar to it. So so this is a really pretty necklace. There you see. It's pretty long. Let me measure it for you. I'm probably going to keep this one. It's about 36 inches long. Okay. So that is good to know. I think it's just beautiful. Very, very well made. Here are some just really simple earrings I think I got in a lot, you know, like a Shop Goodwill lot a while ago. And I just love the colors, so I kept them a while for myself. But now I'm ready to move on and, you know, probably put them in my booth or maybe even put them in a wearable lot. Just a kind of sort of a resin carved, you know, hook dangle set of earrings. Very, very simple. Not incredibly well made. Might have even been made by somebody, because you see how loose this is down here. It's just not great. So anyways, I'll move those on to wherever. Oh my goodness, this is an absolutely stunning necklace. Look at how beautiful that stone is. And it's got some little kind of metallic brassy colored seed beads, as you can see them there. And I think these are glass beads. I'm gonna use my gem tester and show you real quick, because it doesn't actually show up as anything when I, let me just calibrate this real quick if you don't mind. Okay. Yeah, so when I put it on here, it really just barely registers as glass. So that's my assumption, is it's probably a glass bead of some type. Although it does, if you look really close, have, you know, some, you know, striations in there and things. But it's cold. But I would think that if it was some sort of stone, that it would at least show up on the gem tester. But what I am going to do also is I'm going to take a picture of this stone here, and maybe if we're lucky we can see if I can identify. Okay, well, there's one. There's several of them that are very similar, and they all say jasper, so I guess it's a type of jasper. This first one looks the most similar. This one actually looks kind of similar too, in the colorings and things. And this one also reminds me very much of it here. It's very dark, I know you can see, but the little circles and things that are in it, it's very similar. So that's my guess. I don't know, for those of you that are sort of new to jewelry, you know, I've said this many times and I'll say it again. I am in no way an expert. I am learning along the way, just like most everyone else is here. But I have learned some tricks of the trade that can help identify certain stones. Like I do own a gem tester, as you saw. I also go online and do research of stones if I get some visual looks. I use one website that I quite like is called minerals.net. The reason I like this particular site is because it has really great pictures of the actual gemstones, and you can actually search the gemstones based on, you know, color groupings or whatever. So that makes it really helpful. So that's one thing that I can use to help identify stones. Because, you know, when I'm listing things, I've got to be right. But I own many books. Let me zoom this out. Like this is just a book on crystals, and it's also based on color. So that makes it, when I'm identifying gems and gemstones, really easy for me. This is another great gemstone book that gives me specific information about lots of different gemstones. For me, the key is having something with great pictures. This is another really great book. Actually, I just got this one, but in the very back, it actually is similar to another book I already owned, but it's got added chapters to it. But in the back, it's got this really cool section that's literally just a color guide with really specific pages. And then it'll direct me specifically to. So actually, this exact book right now as we speak, you can buy at, at least you can buy it at my Costco. It's in there with all the books at Costco. So it was a really good find because it's filled with information, and I want to say it was under 20 bucks. So, you know. And then this also goes into more detail about minerals and rocks and lots of elements, other sort of things there. So I'm sorry to go off on a tangent there. But anyway, so this is a lovely necklace, jasper apparently, that I will be adding to my eBay store. All right. He's super cute. Look at this little cute robot. But he's super cute. I believe this is by a company called Ali Khan out of New York. It's got sort of a brassy kind of antique brass kind of color to it. And it's on a really long chain, which I'm guessing is around 32 inches long. So isn't he cute with his little eyes? Little reticulated, you know, robot. I love it. So, so cute. Okay. This is, I wish that I wore brooches more often because this is just so lovely. And look at how lustrous those pearls are. They're just gorgeous. This is in fact a sterling silver pin. If I bring it real close, you can see there it says sterling. It's just in beautiful condition. So I'll definitely be listing that on my eBay page. You know, and I just want you to know, although I'm not cutting price tags off of these things at this exact moment, if any of you guys have watched my videos enough to know that, you know, I look for a pretty good deal when it comes to buying jewelry, like in hauls. And so I'll pay up sometimes for things, but I won't pay up, you know. I'm usually trying to get my cost per item, you know, under a couple dollars. If possible. Now, certain items, like I said, I'd happily, if I certainly am confirmed that it's got value. But you know, most of these I probably paid below, you know, $3, I'm guessing. Or they could have even, no, probably about $3, but some of them were more. I don't know. I can't say because these tags aren't on. But if you go back and look at a lot of my other haul videos, you'll see that I actually cut the tags off as I show. And then, you know, then I know exactly what I paid for it. So anyways, this is a really cool sort of like, I don't know if you would call this like a pill box. It looks antique or even vintage. It's got a nice little mirror there. But it actually isn't. It's made by Cabby, the clothing company. And this is something that I'll be keeping. It's got a hang tag up here that I'm sure any of you that wear those clothes recognize that hang tag that says cabbie. Really nice kind of hook clasp there, and it's mixed metal. Like the chain style changes throughout, as well as the type of chain. Like this is brassy, kind of antique brass, and this is copper looking. Then you've got some silver and some more gold looking things up here. It just kind of changes throughout. It's a really unique kind of necklace. It was a super nice necklace. So anyways, I'm very happy to have it. And it looks like it, I don't know, this must be a picture of some building, obviously in Paris. It's just so pretty, isn't it? I love it. Okay. Here is another stone necklace. I think it's got some quartz on it, as well as probably a lot of them are probably jade. I don't think some of these are carnelian because they just seem a little bit too light. I don't know. I could be wrong. But let me get my gem tester, and we can at least investigate a few of the things going on in this necklace. So the big stone, I think, is like a white jade. I do not think it's quartz. And I'm right. It goes up to jade, jadeite in there. I mean, it still is sort of in the realm of quartz. I don't know. You see, but it definitely goes up higher than quartz. So that's why I'm thinking that. I don't know if this is some type of jasper. I have no idea, but I don't know. Jasper's probably not anywhere on the gem tester. I think this is some type of quartz. I think these white stones are some type of, it's going up to jade. Can you have a clear jade? I don't know. Seems wrong. So I don't know what these white ones would be. You can see how knowledgeable I am. Not. All of these go up to similar. So it's in a situation like this that I just try to search it and find one similar. And I just try to search the stones. And what I would list it as, I'm not going to sit and try to find out what every single stone is. I'm not a gemologist. I didn't go to school for that, but I want to list something accurately. So, I probably would write, multi gemstone necklace, and I'd probably list some of the things that I did actually know. It's very heavy. It's very cold. It's got a lobster claw clasp here that I believe is sterling. There you go. There's your little mark right there. So that needs to be cleaned up. But look at how pretty some of these beads are. Like, I feel like I could look that up on minerals.com because all those little striations and lines in there seems very specific. Okay, anyways, as I've rambled on. Very nice necklace. Very heavy necklace. Okay. I think these were fashionable a couple years ago. I think they're loci bracelets. I think that's what they're called. They're pretty small. Probably a little bit smaller than 7 inches because this is at 7 inches right here. Pretty small. Here are some other bracelets that actually are a wood and really, really nice, well-made wood. I wish I knew what kind of wood this was. But these are some beautiful bracelets. My guess is they're probably closer to 8.5 inches. Usually that size is way too big for my wrist, as you can see. But they're really nice. Okay, we have here a J. Crew necklace. You can see there, we've got a hang tag right there that says J. Crew. Just got some, what appears to be prong set faceted plastic gems, but they're just glued down. This is costume jewelry. It's very nice costume jewelry. J. Crew is one of my favorite costume jewelry brands, but this particular one, they're just plastic gemstones. These are probably glass rhinestones down here with these clear ones. But I can list that. This is actually really interesting because it is, it's in some type of resin, and that is actually a little starfish and actually little rocks and things. It's like getting to look underneath, you know, the bottom of the ocean when there's a calm sea and it's not all moving around. But, you know, it's sort of bezel set into this pendant holder, and it is actually sterling silver. I've tested it, and I know that it in fact is. So an ocean person would really, really love that. Okay, I've got here a West Germany, I believe. Yeah, it says W. You can see it. It says W Germany, which stands for Western or West Germany. And this is just a clip for a scarf. It's a scarf clip with some really nice kind of filigree designs there, some swirl effects, and some mill grain kind of touches on there. It's really nice. Okay. This is actually a bracelet that I know for a fact is not sterling silver. The bracelet itself is not very old or, you know, valuable. But these charms that are on here, I have tested these charms. You can see they look very tarnished and actually kind of old. It's got some open filigree work there with a little center part of the, you know, bezel set mother of pearl heart. Although these are not marked 925, I have in fact tested them, and this charm is 925. This sort of bubble heart charm is not, and you can see already in here there's a little bit of you know, copper shining through there. This one is sterling silver, probably with some type of onyx bezel set stone there. And look at this one, another one really pretty. They need to be cleaned up. I'm thinking what I may do is remove all of those sterling silver charms. And I have some old other, you know, 925 necklaces sitting around. So I'll probably sell them in that way. They're really old. So anyways, there's that bracelet. Just to avoid zooming in and out and in and out, just bear with me and I'll bring the jewelry right up to you. And it should focus for us. Come on. There you go. This is just a sterling silver banded ring, an open work that just says love, faith, hope. Inside it does have, I believe, a 925 mark somewhere. I'm looking for it. But I know that it is, in fact, 925. So I guess it goes on that way. And it is probably about a size 5. It looks like it's about a 5.5. Maybe a 5 1/4. So there's that. So anyways, okay, let's look at some of the other rings that are in here now that we're sort of on a ring thing. This is a artisan, you know, made wire wrapped sterling silver. This is a, I believe that is a freshwater pearl that's been dyed. And this part here, sterling silver. This part up here, not. And just real quick, just so I can show you, I'll do a real quick scratch test on it just to show you the difference between that. So I'm gonna do a scratch test on that wire part. Whenever you do a scratch test, it's always good to take a close look at where you scratched. It's another hint as to the authenticity of that sterling silver, because if it shows through as showing like you know, copper, you know that it's just plated or not real. It's just been, you know, but that does not show any marks. But up here, I believe that this is not sterling silver. Doesn't even want to scratch for me. It's probably made out of some sort of steel. You can see I can't even get a scratch on it. It's very difficult. So I don't want to damage the ring, but let me go ahead and just at least do that spot that I showed you. So there's a couple different ways that you can test for sterling using acids. The one I'm showing you now, I use on a white stone, and I use just regular sterling silver acid. You could also scratch it onto a dark stone, and you could use 18 karat gold acid, and it would show up like a very kind of milky light blue if it was sterling. In this case, when we use the sterling silver acid, if it is sterling silver, it shows up as a it turns to like a burgundy dark red. So you normally want to wear gloves with this. I'm being super careful. I've spent lots of time doing testing, but definitely you always want to be really cautious as you're working around these acids, because they can really, really damage your skin. Because of the lights, it's very hard for you to see, but that has in fact turned burgundy. And I can really tell when I wipe off the space that I wipe, you'll see that it's got some red there that's showing me that that is definitely sterling silver. So just as I had predicted, I'm not going to go and test every single item in here, but yeah. So that ring is about a size 7.5. So that's kind of different. And then there's another ring in here. It's very pretty. It looks almost opal-y. It's like inlaid, you know? So I'm not even quite sure, but I know on the inside of this ring, there is a mark that says 925, but it says 925 right inside there. Okay, it's a really nice ring. It's probably about a size 5 or 5.5, because that's my size for my ring finger. Yep, size 5, really pretty. I like that one very much. Okay, so I have a pair of vintage artisan-made earrings that are really cool. If any people are interested in, you know, kind of Native American inspired jewelry, these were actually nickels. These were nickels, and someone had gone in and using some tool and were able to cut out and create this open work of these things. Isn't that unbelievable? For those two earrings, they're not matching on purpose. Now, the dangles from it are, and this is in fact sterling silver down here. Okay, that quite possibly could be turquoise. Okay, I'm sure those are little sterling silver beads. I'm sure these little lima bean earring closures there are sterling silver. But, you know, nickel is not fully sterling silver. It's got, I don't know, like the makeup of an actual nickel. But anyways, so those are really cool earrings. Okay. A very simple 16-inch choker, sterling silver little pendant choker necklace. Very simple, kind of with a swirly effect. It used to be mine. I wore it for many years, but moving on to other stuff. And you can't see it all right now, but as I put these things away, I am actually setting them where you can see the whole screen there, but because I'm zoomed in, you can't see it the whole time. Okay, so this is just a little, probably cubic zirconia. I'll bring the gem tester in if it reflects anything else but cubic zirconia. It's definitely cubic zirconia. So this is in fact a sterling silver slider bracelet. I don't know if you would still consider that to be a tennis bracelet because it's kind of attached in a different way. But yeah. Okay, so here is a glass bead necklace that is got some little crystal accent beads, and all of these little beads in here are in fact sterling silver, and it's got some little caps on those bigger stones, and it's got about a 2-inch extension there with a pretty little crystal there, and it is a 925 lobster claw clasp. I think it's on the other side. No, I think it's on this side. Oh, let me get my loop. I'm too blind, too old and too blind. Oh, it's definitely on that side. It's just really small. Yeah, so that's probably about 16 inches without the extender. So anyways, that is very nice. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to zoom in and out and in and out, and I'm actually going to turn this a little more down so that you have more space to look at the jewelry without all the other stuff behind it. Okay, so this is a sterling silver heart linked. The actual links are hearts. Well, it's got some links in between them, but some different shaped hearts with some different textures on them, different sizes. And it is, in fact, made by Silpata. I know that because it's got the Silpata maker's mark right there, which are those little, you know, like kind of like an arrow, an arrow, and an arrow. That's the Silpata mark. And then on the other side here, oh, it's probably on the same side, it will say 925 right there on the lobster claw clasp. Okay, some type of glass bead draw, you know, you pull it tight with those others. It's definitely at least a glass because it's heavy. But yeah, it doesn't move anywhere on the gem tester. So it's definitely just a red glass bracelet, but nice. Some very not expensive plastic costume jewelry, little earrings that I'll put into a little wearable lot. Okay, this is a cool bracelet. It's very tarnished, but as you see, it's made up of, you know, little coins there, little discs. I don't think they're actual currency coins because only one side of them actually has a design on them, but you can see it right there. And you've got I believe this is 925. So I don't know, but it, oh, sorry. This says Mexico right there, 925. Now you can have Mexican silver, which is a different thing than 925 silver made in Mexico. Two totally different things, because Mexico silver that's not marked with a 925 is not true sterling silver. It's sort of a different version of it. It will eventually rub off. Anyway, so that's a pretty neat old looking thing there. Okay. I got another ring here. Looking for a mark in there. It just inside, on the inside there, it says sterling. Anyways, that's definitely a sterling silver ring. Little hearts. It's probably about an 8. Looks like that. Yep, pretty good guess. Very simple ring. Okay, these are sterling silver. Teeny little but they are pretty. They are in fact sterling. I have tested them. So there you have them. Okay. but okay, this is definitely a handmade bracelet. I'm pretty confident it is turquoise. There are different ways you can test for turquoise, by feeling the texture. Turquoise is a very hard stone. You should be able to rub it. It shouldn't rub off. You can look inside at the bead and make sure that it doesn't look like white on the inside. Then it would be more likely to be like a dyed howlite of some type. And you can also, if you can find a place inconspicuous to test it, you can put an acetone nail polish remover on a little Q-tip. And if you rub it, if nothing comes off, then you have actual turquoise. Otherwise, it's a dyed, howlite, or there's other types that can be kind of that fake turquoise. But it's got some little brown seed beads in there and a teeny little bear. Yep. Okay. Here. I believe this is, in fact, an opal. I can't test that for you because that's not something that I can do on the gem tester. There are other ways you have to find out, but it looks like an authentic opal. And I'm sure that all of these are probably like cubic. Ooh. Let me look close at that. That might be a more significant gemstone to the side. It's only got a part of it that is a gemstone. The whole thing isn't. But right there is a gemstone. And that just stays in the cubic zirconia thing. The part of it is, I had sort of touched the metal part, and it went right up because I had hit the metal. Down around here, it looks like there is stones around there. But they are so teeny that it would be very difficult for me to test them accurately. Yeah, so it's unfortunately, you have your limitations on what you can do. For some reason, I recall that this is an Avon necklace. I will check. I don't know. Let's look here. Let's do some investigating. See if we can see any sort of name. I don't see any sort of mark there. Oh, I do see something right here. You got to have an eagle eye for these things, people. And it's, oh, I'm wrong. It says 925 SUN. I don't know what SUN means, but I bet you it's a real opal. So when you have gold color, this is actually plated in gold. This is what's called vermeil. It's sterling silver under. You can see this will not be magnetic. And then they put a plating, a thin plating of actual gold on top of the 925 to give you that. And it actually wears pretty well. And if we look really closely here, this says Italy right there. And then on that lobster claw clasp, it also says Italy, right? I mean 925 right there. And this says 925 right here. Unfortunately, there you go, 925. Okay, so that I'm pretty sure that's an authentic opal. So let me zoom out a little bit here. We have just, a very beachy, probably vintage. It's they probably bought it at a beach store. I don't know how old that barrel clasp doesn't look significantly old or anything. I don't know if this is authentic turquoise in here, but I suppose I could test it. Okay, I have several little teeny things in here that I'm just going to take out and just show you all at once. Okay, so that's good for now. All right, so I'm pretty sure 95% of this is sterling silver, if not all of it, because a lot of it either I bought or it was given to me. And I usually would only keep the sterling silver stuff because sometimes my ears would get like irritated. And you see it's not magnetic. I think it's got sort of a, you know, cat's eye kind of stone in there. And, yep, there's two of them, obviously. And on the actual things, you can see a mark of 925 right in there. A very good way to show you. But those little dangles hanging between them. Yeah, so I believe that this is sterling silver. It's just a thing that says love, but I don't know for sure. It's not magnetic. Size 11. Let's just do a real quick test. You always want to be super careful when you're doing these scratch tests, especially if these are pieces of jewelry that you're planning to resell, because you don't want to damage them. So I look at it to check for that, but then I also look at it to see if there's any sort of brassy copperness showing through. So again, if you're a beginner at this, I would wear gloves. I've done this a long time, and I know to be super careful, and you know, not that I'm perfect, I could make a mistake too. But let's give this a second. It doesn't immediately happen, but I do believe this is sterling silver. But you'll see it when I wipe it off here. So there you go. So a Love sterling silver ring. This I actually bought personally at an antique store. I just don't wear, you know, this is like a pendant locket. It's pretty big, but I just don't wear that type thing very often. It's got a 925 mark right there, and just a beautiful design of a floral design that's been, you know, etched in there. But this is in really good shape. I bought it to sell it. Some little sterling silver texture balls on lever back. This is called a lever back style closure for an earring. Oh, I lie. Those are not sterling silver. Okay, so this is very interesting. The actual, like, lever back earring, if you can see right there, says 925. But this is not sterling. So, okay, it's got 925 ear enclosures, whatever, but the actual balls are not. Okay, good to know. Here is another ring with probably cubic zirconia, I'm guessing. Again, another size 11, half eternity band. Yeah, that's just cubic zirconia. So you got that. You can see it's made, you know, with those little kind of open circles back there so that light can get through, because it will make the stones shine brighter. And somewhere on there, I thought it said 925. Oh, it does. It's just very, very faint. It's right here. Okay. Okay. These are sterling silver, I promise. They used to be in my collection. It's a little sterling silver kind of cross set of hook earrings. And we've got some, you know, they close like that. These are also 925. The very filigree kind of open work loop earring there is a hinged hoop. So there you go. These are really nice. Love the little soft purple color in there. Some details in there, and then the earring hooks don't say 925, but I'm pretty confident that they are. I don't know where the other one is at this moment, but simple little dangle, kind of interlocking hook earring there. Don't know where it matches, but I should have it somewhere. Here is a set of some freshwater pearl hook earrings, sterling silver, made with a little bit of wire wrapping there. Very pretty. I've got another pair of Native American style earrings. You've got some little sterling silver. Those are supposed to be like feathers, and this is definitely turquoise. It's got a really nice bezel set that's kind of a scalloped bezel set around those turquoise earrings. Very pretty for somebody who's sort of into that style earring. Less my style. Here we've got a really lovely pair of pearl. We've got some marcasite there. And marcasite that goes down the earring with some little textured and some mill grain going on there. And then on the inside of that earring, it should say 925 and maybe a brand, I don't know. It says sterling, but these are very well made. As you can see, very pretty. Some normal stud, sterling silver, kind of button studs. If you look really closely there, it's sort of got a little southwestern kind of texturedness going on there. But they're post back earrings. Okay, we've got a little crab here. I have tested him previously, although I can't find a 925 on him. I know he is in fact sterling. Isn't he cute? So cute. Okay. This, I do believe, is amethyst. It does go up to amethyst on that sterling silver hoop. Don't know where the other one is. Very strange. Here we've got a little necklace pendant. I am thankful your path crossed mine. Aw, very nice. So I guess that's a little friend, necklace pendant there. It is in fact sterling silver. You would just, put your, sterling silver or whatever kind of chain you were going to use in there. Apparently I have some single earrings here. I guess I need to turn them into pendants. That looks like to be some type of moonstone there. Set, kind of cabochon set into these hook earrings. I don't need to completely take this out. This is a 925 box chain. This is the type of thing that I would use to put on some nicer pendants onto. Well, maybe I will take it out of its bag because then it looks pretty for my little thumbnail picture. Gotta have a pretty thumbnail picture, right? So we'll just push him right there. And we've got a, it's slightly gold in tone. It's probably been worn a lot. 925 Italy. the Italy is just upside down. I think I'd test this, even though it's marked. Look at it, looks gold and silver. It's like gold on one side and then silver on another. It's very weird. I don't know what's going on with that chain. It's definitely older. I'm gonna have to investigate that. Here's another little rope bracelet, chain bracelet. Also sterling silver. I believe that says Italy. I believe that says 925. It has ever so slight magnetism, barely any. Has a little bit in the lobster claw clasp because usually the inside findings inside that cause it to be slightly magnetic. Here we have a lovely circle, cubic zirconia. Yeah, definitely cubic zirconia. 16-inch. See a mark for purity on there or not. I might have to look at it under my loupe. But again, you can see the way it was made back there. You can see all those little circles help allow the light to come through. I don't see 925. But that doesn't mean that it's not. So I will do further investigating of that. This is another sterling silver 16-inch choker necklace there. Again, Native American, you know, or I don't know if you want to call it Southwestern, I don't know, whatever you want to. The bead is just glass. It's not plastic, but it's got, yeah, a sterling silver little leaf on there. I know it's sterling because it used to be mine. Here is the last little teeny chain in this, I guess you call it a haul. It's really stuff that I've gathered that I've been needing to show that was either mine or given to me. Normally, like I said, my hauls have price tags that I'm cutting off. But look, it's like a little angel, like a teeny angel. Like on wings. Isn't that pretty? On the back, it says $925. So it's attached to that chain. No, it's 16. It is. Okay, well that's pretty. Okay, I just have, let me zoom you out here. I just have, let me turn you up a little bit here too. Look at all that jewelry we've done. Woo! That's a lot. I just have like 3 or 4 necklaces left. They're just bigger ones. So let me pull them out of here. I do not believe this is sterling silver, or this is complete costume jewelry. I believe it's Banana Republic. Hang tag. It could be an authentic quartz, maybe possibly rose quartz that's on here. It's going to quartz there. Okay. So it's heavy and cold, and a much longer chain. Without the extension, I would say it's probably about 30 inches plus a 2-inch extender. So you got that going on. This is a really nice necklace. I bought this years ago, way back when I'm a teacher also, and when I was in the classroom still, because I remember wearing this in this costume. This is like some sort of lotus kind of here. This is sterling silver, this sort of pendant there. And this is stone too. I don't know which stone, but it goes right up to quartz, barely. It's a very, very, very light green. And here it says J. Jill, and the actual clasp it says 925 right there. As you can see, it's pretty short. It's probably a 16-inch necklace. So that's pretty, super pretty. Let's bring this out. And let's also turn this down so I can show you just. So it is a Banana Republic, once again, shortest strand, that little triangle. Then we've got this circle disc and it hangs that bar. Then we've got a row of this chain. Then we've got sort of this ball bead chain. And then we've got sort of this, you know, I call that like a paper clip link chain. That's the longest. So that's a really nice kind of layered necklace. I just am doing a terrible job of showing it to you because I can't lay it out very well to show you. This has seen better days. It's lost some of its color. It definitely is costume jewelry. It, I think, at one point was more gold in color. This is Stella and Dot right there. And it's just a super, super long chain. Just all of it the same kind of texture. You know, wrap it around 2 or 3 times. I don't know if that's tarnishing or whatever, but it is not going to be sterling silver. I know that for sure, as you can see. But it's a nice layering piece, so that's good to know. And then here's the very last necklace I want to show you. Okay. This is some sort of vintage sort of locket. It is not sterling silver. It's functional. It works. But it is one of the layers to this multi-strand necklace. So let me get it going here. It's got a really lovely, needs to be cleaned, but vintage clasp there. So it looks like it's a 4-strand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the actual pendant one is the shortest one of all the 4 strands. There isn't any mark on it. But look how pretty the back of that clasp is. So pretty. I just love that. Just love all that. Oh, it's definitely magnetic. So, all right. Well, that calls it a night. That's all I have to show you. Thanks for coming to check out my goodies here. Yeah, most of them are probably going to get sold on my eBay page. A few of them will go in my store. There definitely are some favorites in here. Like, I just think this is outstanding. We'll see you guys next time around. Thanks for joining me. And make sure, if you've never followed my page, at the very end of the video, there'll be a little link that you can follow me or even go in and like it. And the more you guys like and comment on these videos, it really helps me because it helps to grow the page. So I love all the people that comment. It's just really nice to interact with all of the viewers out there. So we will see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. Take care. Goodbye from Cherished Relics Boutique.